having this forum. This is fantastic turnout tonight. I'm Joe McDermott, and for the last 10 years I've had the privilege of representing North Highline, White Center, Berrien, West Seattle, and Vashon and Maury Islands from the state legislature. But my roots in this community went far deeper than the last 10 years. I'm a third-generation resident of West Seattle and live in the Morgan Junction today with my partner and our cat, Morgan. I went to Lafayette Elementary School. I was bused over to Asa Mercer Junior High. And for high school, I went to Blanchette, where my mother was teaching at the time. By the time I was a senior in high school, I expected to major in civil engineering because I was good in math and problem solving, and I thought I'd have a hand in designing bridges. But in May of my senior year in high school, I went to Washington, D.C. for the first time. It was an amazing experience, and I came home committed to a career in public service. I paid for that trip, and in fact, for my high school living money and my college beer money, by scooping ice cream at Husky Delicatessen in the West Seattle Junction. I went to Gonzaga University, where I majored in history and political science. I came home and shortly after went to work for the Pierce County Prosecutor's Office. And while working for the Prosecutor's Office, I put myself through a graduate school program, earning a master's in public administration at the Evans School at the University of Washington. Throughout this entire time, after finishing school, I went to work for the Seattle School District as a senior budget analyst. And throughout this entire time, I've been very involved in our community. I've held a number of positions, and in fact, been chair of the 34th District Democrats. I spent 10 years on the board of West Seattle Helpline, a small nonprofit in West Seattle of neighbors helping neighbors in need. I'm serving 3 years as president. Currently, I'm on the board of Southwest Youth and Family Services, and a member of the West Seattle Chamber of Commerce, the Highline Historical Society, and Vashon Allied Arts. We've also been asked in this introduction by the UAC to talk about our top 3 contributors. I'm happy to talk about my contributors. One of my first contributors was Marianne Tegney Jones, a former member of the Washington Conservation Voters Board and a strong environmentalist, because she knows of my environmental record. I have a contribution and support from the ATU, the bus drivers for our Metro buses. And that's after going to their endorsement interview and looking them in the eye and telling them that in this economy, I couldn't support cost of living or annual raises for them. That was not reasonable. But knowing my work with labor and for working families, I have their support. I also have the support and the contribution from the Washington Realtors, because they work on things like housing, transportation, and education, passions of mine that I'll take with me to King County. I ask for your support for King County Council. Thank you.